Arena in San Bernardino. I'm Mitch McClellan. Join me as the Coyotes meet the Cougars. Cal State San Bernardino basketball broadcasts are brought to you by Dignity Health, Hatfield Buick GMC, Raising Canes, Penny Law, and the Hyatt Place Hotel, Ontario Mills. That's Cal State San Bernardino basketball action live from San Bernardino this Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. on your exclusive radio home for Coyote basketball, KMET AM 1490.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Good to have you with us. It is a beautiful day to be alive. The question of the day is, what's going on in the world? And we got some of that news as well. Yesterday, I actually took off the day because I was in pursuit of a killer. And I know some people are like, wait, what? And some of you may have heard about it. I know Jesse did somewhat hear about it, but not fully. Right, Jesse? What's going on over there?
Yeah. No, I'm still curious on what you were talking about. I honestly did not even hear about that story that you mentioned.
Yeah, and for those that are kind of following it, I actually came across it on social media, not going to lie. And I told my mom, I said, look, there's a limited time I can try to get this guy because the information is just too present, which is good because everybody wants this guy locked up, right? And for those that have not followed the story, I'm still following it because I want to find out if they actually got the right guy. This is the lady, okay, very young, 24 years old. 24 years old. Just picture this lady. And the sad thing is that it was a random attack, okay? Now, this happened at an LA furniture store. She's was a UCLA student. And she was found dead on the floor of the store after she actually sent a text to a friend. And so she suspected something, according to the text. The police say that she was the only employee at Croft House on La Brea Avenue when someone came into the store that afternoon and stabbed her. Police identified the suspect later as Smith. They said he was considered armed and dangerous. And when I say armed and dangerous, Jesse, I mean, he had obviously a knife. I don't know that he had a gun because he stabbed her, right? But LA officials offered, at first, LA officers offered, or the LAPD offered $50,000. And then all of a sudden got bumped up to $250,000. So I guarantee you, somebody saw the news and rolled over on this guy, and they're going to probably make bank. You know what I mean, Jesse?
Right? Whoever snitched on this dude is going to make a fabulous Christmas. But
yeah, that's $250,000, man. I was like, I'm going to go find this guy, and I'm going to report it, and I'm going to make some money, right? I mean, more your chances are better than winning the lotto, right? So, I'm not going to lie. I went out to LA. I did my own little investigation, into the area. And I found several different people that match the description, but not fully. And the thing on this particular story is that they had more video coverage than most people would see. Now, I will say this. The police were all out in the area. Like, several different motorcycles. There were, like... one described them as being like a dragnet. They were definitely very present. A lot of media coverage for this young girl. And so I was like, okay, all right. And not going to lie, at the evening, which was Tuesday evening, which I was in the area, it's kind of hard to see people in the dark, right? So I'm like, okay, this guy obviously has some very telltale signs. He obviously takes the bus. Some say that they thought he was homeless. I don't think he's homeless. I think he probably stays with a friend, right? But, and I say that because he had nice designer outfit. You know what I mean? Based on the 7-Eleven footage that they actually showed. But one of the 7-Eleven footage that they showed, they said it was on a block of Wilshire and Beverly, which it wasn't because there's no Wilshire and Beverly 7-Eleven. So I was like, okay, which 7-Eleven is he at? Because if people frequent a convenience store, as they've showed, usually they're a local, right? They're a neighborhood person, right? So there were some reports saying that they saw him in San Diego, saw him in Pasadena, saw him in all these other places. But I think the police have several people in custody, technically. They just have to prove that they have the murder weapon, right? Once they have the murder weapon, then it's pretty much an open and closed case. But I'm not going to lie, the $250,000 was a really, really big, draw. I'm like, I don't know this lady, I don't know this guy, but I'm ready to drop something on him, right? If I could find the guy. So my point is this. I almost got the guy, man. At 12:45, I'm driving northbound on La Brea, and I see a swarm of cops come after this guy, which fit the description. I was like, shoot, shoot, shoot. They got him. I almost felt like, you know how bounty hunters, when they're like, oh, come on, that was my catch. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right. So I feel somebody rolled over on this guy that knows him. You know what I mean? And somebody, because there's a certain mentality in certain neighborhoods like this. And everybody that knows the area of Wilshire and La Brea, okay? If you go further south near the 10, there is an area where you can ask questions and never get answers because they're like, no, he's one of us. You understand? Now, if you get the right person, maybe a lady that identifies with this young girl, and you show the picture of the young girl first, and then you show the picture of the guy, you might have a shot. But it's not easy, right? So you have to be careful, right? You show this young girl, you said, hey, she was 24. This guy just stabbed her out of the blue. And then you show the picture of the one that they were showing around. I guarantee you could get information at some point. You just can't say, hey, there's a $250,000 reward, right? You can say, I can give you maybe like $3,000, for your information. Give me a call. That's what Dog the Bounty Hunter does, and that's what certain bounty hunters do around the world, right? So I'm just saying, if you have an idea or a tip and want to turn in some thieves, it doesn't take much. It just takes a call. Now I will say this: on Tuesday night, when the money went up to $250,000, they got a lot of calls of guys, right? So they got all kinds of influx of calls, and they have to weed through those really quick to see which one is the one that matches their description. Does that make sense? Because then everybody basically wants to make some money, right? Including me, right? But I didn't make a false call, until I got the information. But I missed him by about 13 minutes. I'm like, shoot, shoot, shoot. So I was close, Jesse. I was close. But I will say this. There were several people that fit the description. And because of that, it's very easy for these things to kind of get out of hand. Because the suspect is a African-American man who, in the original footage, actually matches another guy that I saw down the street. And that guy's like 6'4". And I'm holding on to that information because I know where he goes because I followed him on the bus. So, yeah. I need some money, Jesse. Just turn in a criminal. Look, turn in a killer. Get some money, right? And, figure it out. Now, I'm not saying go out there and be a bounty hunter. But if you have information and you kind of watch like America's Most Wanted, or you watch certain ones where they're like, we can't, we're offering a reward for this guy. Hey, anonymous tip 101, right? The guy gets locked up, boom. Just work with your local authorities. That's what I'm saying about that. Be friends with them, right? But I do hope that they got this killer, because this lady is just so young. They said that she instantly had a bad feeling when the suspect walked into the store. She sent a text. This is according to Lieutenant John Ratke of the LAPD. She sent a text to a friend saying there was someone inside the location that gave her a bad vibe. Regrettably, that person did not see the text immediately, but 15 minutes later, a customer found her stabbed to death They believe the suspect fled the store through a back door that led to an alley. And Todd Kupfer, who's the father of this young girl, says, I don't see us healing anytime soon. I would love to tell you that there's going to be a point where it's going to be better, but I feel like it's going to be a big missing piece. Brianna graduated from both Brentwood High School and the University of Miami before returning to Southern California to pursue an architectural design degree from UCLA. LA City Councilman Paul Koretz asked city leaders to add $50,000 to the more than $200,000 reward for information leading to the capture and conviction of the suspect. They said, we will find this vicious criminal, we will arrest him, and we'll get him prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And that's where police released the video from the 7-Eleven store showing the suspect. And I've heard different things. I don't know if it's 30 minutes or 10 minutes after she was stabbed. They say he was also shot by other stores before and after the killing. So that's according to the video footage that they were able to kind of get from the LAPD. And you know how that works. Like, you've seen shows where they kind of go, okay, they see the moment in time. That's why video cameras are so good in certain areas, because you can go up and down the street kind of canvassing, going, okay, where did this guy go? You ever seen a show like that, Jesse?
Yeah, I do. I also have one question.
Yeah.
Without knowing or reading into this, does it mention that if this guy has a criminal history?
You know what? Funny that you're picking that up. The answer is yes. According to the guy that they identified, he does have a criminal history.
Okay. Now, was he in jail and was he released recently?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think the answer is yes, by the way.
Oh, God, of course, California.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and those are good questions, Jesse. You're picking up something, what I call intuition. Something that you're like, wait a minute, this feels like that. And not going to lie, I asked my mom her ideas of her questions, and she went with her intuition too. And sometimes we just know stuff without knowing stuff, I say use that. I would never make my mom go on a stakeout with me, though. I will tell you this, because it's a little too dangerous. But I got nothing to lose. I've already gotten beat up. I survived it, and I'm still waiting for the answer on if that guy is going to get locked up, because I got a call by the detective on that situation, and he's like, can you identify the guy in a lineup? And I'm like, look, man, just let's get the guy first. Let's figure that out. And I know what happened prior, but it's called video footage. That's where I appreciate video footage, especially for the public, to say, look, we need to get this person locked up. And it's up to detectives, but it's also up to people in areas like this that band together. And I will say the area banded together more than not, right? Again, $250,000 is a pretty big draw, especially when it's on social media. And I guarantee you one of his friends rolled over on him, because I guarantee you they're like, shoot, payday, right? Because I guarantee you the type of people that this guy hangs around are not good people, right? And I hate to say it that way, but if you randomly, you just mentioned it. Does he have priors? Yes. Did he randomly attack this young girl? Yes. Is there a motive? The answer is no. That type of person needs to be locked up. Either he's criminally insane, or he just flies off the handle. And, how many people have to suffer before, it gets right. So I'm glad that they offered this amount. It's not the type of amount that they always offer. It was a pretty big draw. So it was just a matter of time. And I told my mom, I said, I have less than 24 hours to figure this out. And sure enough, so that's where I was yesterday. That's why I wasn't on the show. There you go. I was trying to earn some money, man. So if you have a tip on somebody that needs to get arrested, I'll go investigate it. All right. And I just don't want people to see me. Dog the Bounty Hunter is very easily seen. I'm not easily seen. I hide, amongst people. But anyway, all right. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
KMET presents the Heart to Heart radio show every Thursday afternoon beginning at 4 p.m. Heart to Heart grapples with personal issues of addiction recovery, sex therapy, relationships, and trauma. With over 60 years of combined counseling experience, Dr. Mitra and Dr. Robert discuss lifestyles and treatments to help you cope and achieve the inner peace you may be seeking. The Heart to Heart radio show is here for you every Thursday afternoon beginning at 4 o'clock p.m.
Are you a self-published author that maybe underestimated the challenges of marketing your own book? I'm Suzanne Lynn, and we help authors sell more books through video interviews and radio advertising. You see, a professional video interview is really an author's secret weapon for marketing because it makes an emotional connection with your reader that can be posted to social media, YouTube, your book's landing page and website, your Amazon author page, and even sent to media to request interviews. We guarantee that video interview will be viewed by a minimum of 3,000 people in your target audience. And let's face it, no one can sell your book better than you speaking about it yourself. Plus, we can run commercials on our nationwide network of radio stations that targets your specific reading audience. Find out more at GiveMyBookWings.com. That's GiveMyBookWings.com. Again, GiveMyBookWings.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. We're looking at the chat room. There we got Stephanie Reed, Mark Blevins, and Rosalie tuning in. Rosalie says, good morning, beautiful people. Stephanie says, hello, happy editing this glorious, snowy, and chilly for this awesome busy day ahead for today. Yeah, I bet so. You're in that area of a lot of snow and a lot of major and extreme weather over there, so stay very careful there. Rosalie says, I would tell him to sketch your family member too, right? $250,000, man, I would too. Shoot, $50,000 I would have told on it. I would have given some money back though to the family. I'm not gonna lie. That was my little moment. For myself, I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure the family's suffering. I'm pretty sure they need the money a little bit more than not. I wasn't going to give it all up. I'm not going to lie. I was probably going to do like half, you know what I mean? Or maybe 3/4, you know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. I'm waiting on the news to see if they got the guy and it's right, and if they have the murder weapon. If they don't, then I have another lead, and I'll roll with that because I got that guy's info. Let's see. Rosalie says, let's see. Oh, no, she said that. Freddie says, good morning, everybody. Mark Blevins says, snowy and chilly, where Stephanie lives. Yep. Says, sad story as well. Genius says, you helped catch that criminal. I've done that before. Got paid good. Rewards for a good citizen tip. Oh, see that? See, I'm not the only one, Jesse. Yeah. Well, look, at the end of the day, you lock up a criminal, or a murderer, and you get somebody off the street, right? So there you go. Mark says intuition. I will say this, Dog the Bounty Hunter or any bounty hunter usually uses a combination of things, right? I don't know if you ever saw the show The Mentalist, Jesse, but have you ever seen it?
I have not seen it, but I know what a mentalist is.
Okay, and how would you describe a mentalist, Jesse?
Someone who's able to look at like even the most minute little cues that you make.
Yeah.
And he's able to just like determine everything about you just by meeting you.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's very difficult to try and hide something from them.
It is. They understand human behavior. They understand things that other people don't understand. And there's a certain type of like intuition that people kind of find weird and odd at the same time. And there are some, although very few, that may work with law enforcement as well to get somebody locked up. And they make money as a consultant. So, just saying, it's a good idea for those that work with your local law enforcement to get these people locked up. And when the FBI has certain like wanted lists, I say, hey, why not, man? You know, you never know. Sometimes you're shopping, sometimes you're out at lunch, sometimes you're in a weird area and you have a suspicious thing. Have a list of suspected people on you, print it out every week or so, and then if you see that, report it. They always say if you have a tip, right? That's public awareness, right? Some people call it public watch, right? But that's only good for like a neighborhood watch, right? But if you travel a lot, keep something on you. I know, Jesse, you kind of turned me on to a list. What was that list again with the FBI's most wanted?
Oh, you talk about the FBI's top 10?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why. I always like to go on it. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
What was it though? Is it FBI.gov?
Yes, FBI.gov.
Okay, and we pulled that up before, and you got the 10 most wanted, and I get that. All right, I get that. And in some areas, let's see. Here's a guy. His name is Eugene Palmer. Let's see, reward. Let's look for the reward, because you know I'm about getting paid. Up to $100,000, leading to the arrest and conviction of this guy. Let me bring this up here. Maybe we can all earn some money. All right, and this is the type of guy you might look at and you go, you know what? I know everybody's thinking, show me. I want to make some money, right? Okay, now in some of these areas, you sometimes are in the area and sometimes you're not. That's why I don't like these just top 10 lists. I like local regions. I want to find a local region, like in LA, right? Something that's current, right? Because I'm not going to go all the way to New York to find this guy. I'm just not going to do that. That's not how I roll. But if you're in the area and you know this guy, let's split the profits, man. Right? What do you think, Jesse? Good idea, bad idea? Somewhat good idea?
I think it's a great idea, but I also think it's a dumb idea.
What do you mean it's a dumb idea? What are you talking about? I got great ideas.
No. It's a great idea, you know, finding criminals and stuff like that, but you're finding criminals. So you're like, if they find out that you're following them, you're done.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Well, again, you do it from afar. You don't go up to them in person, and you just report on them.
The average person, are they going to be like super suspicious, or are they going to be just like a leaf on the wind and just like, shh, you can't see me?
Yeah, I don't know. I will say this, it's not coming up for me because I guess the website is a pain in the butt. So there's that. I don't know why it's not coming up. I think I have to, here we go. Eugene Palmer. Here we go. All right, let me show you guys. Here's his name, Eugene Palmer. Okay, and then you can download the poster, and they've got different pictures of him, right? He's got like a very obvious beard that he evidently really likes. And you will make $100,000. Okay, so let me bring this up and figure this out for you guys. All right, it's trying to load. There we go. Okay, so here he is as an FBI, and he's a 10 top most wanted fugitive, all right? So his place of birth is New York. Okay, I'm already not liking this. That means he's probably East Coast. Because usually people go back to where they're from, right? But here's a scar and mark, right? His left thumb is deformed, okay? His left thumb is deformed. So if you see a left thumb and you see this kind of beard on this guy, he's the guy, right? They say he's known to be interested in auto racing and is a car enthusiast. He's an experienced hunter and outdoorsman. Okay, all right. This is like one of those dangerous ones. I get that. But you might see him at the store, Jesse. He's not going to have a rifle with him at the store, right? Or maybe, he likes Carl's Jr. or he likes Burger King.
There's a reason why he's on the FBI most wanted.
Yeah, I know. Just wait, dude. Just wait. He's worth $100,000, man. He's wanted for shooting and killing his daughter-in-law on September 24th, 2012 in Stony Point, New York. After a local arrest warrant was issued in Rockland County and he was charged with murder A federal arrest warrant was issued on June 10, 2013 by the U.S. Court for the Southern District of New York after Palmer was charged with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. So he's a fugitive, Jesse. He's a fugitive. And they're going to pay up to $100,000, man. Says, if you have any information concerning this person, contact your FBI office or the nearest American embassy or consulate, and we can make $100,000, Jesse.
Okay, I like that.
All right, he's gray and balding. He's got an interesting little, like, you know, what does that look like? That looks like what style do they call that? They call it Quaker, right? Kind of got that Quaker look. He's probably hiding among the Quakers. But look, but this is a guy that needs to go away, man, right? So that's just one guy, and that's in New York, right? But I would, if I lived in New York, or maybe he fled Midwest, right? He's obviously staying with a friend, I think. I see this guy stay with a friend. If the FBI cannot track him, he's either using cash, and he's using just because that's a long time to be. I mean, on the 10 most wanted, come on, 10 years ago. He's got to look older than that, right? He's probably maybe a little thinner. Probably same beard because he obviously likes that look a little too much. And there you go.
So the FBI website, they actually break it down into different categories from 10 most wanted fugitives to fugitives, capital violence, terrorism, additional violent crimes, cyber crimes, white collar crimes. All right, let me get some easy crimes I can.
There you go.
I don't want no murders. Okay. Crimes against children. I like that. So I'm going to hunt after these people that abuse children. That's a little bit softer for me.
No, that's fine, man. We got to figure out the type of people we're going to lock up, man. And then we'll split the rewards, all right? Here's one: kidnappings, missing persons. All right, let's go for that one because these guys are weak, man. They go after kids, right? I get what you're saying. I'm going to pick up what you're putting down there. Let's see. Filter by title, description, category. Okay, filter by year. Okay, all right. Oh, I get it. These are kidnappings and missing persons. Okay, so these aren't you don't know. Well, even that, you know, if you could find suspicious people, this is kind of a list of 107 that are missing, right? This is sad. This is sad when you see things like this.
Wow, there are so many children.
Yeah, there really are. And and young ladies. You know, that just, you know, and I saw and it was sad. I saw this other the PD are begging the public to come forward on another situation where this young woman was left on the side of the freeway, on the 110 freeway, for dead. Well, she was dead, actually, I should say that. Yeah. It's bad in LA, man. I'm telling you, the criminals are getting worse and worse and worse.
Because they don't prosecute and keep them in there. It's a revolving door. You do something bad, you go to jail for a month, and you come back out. That's probably why this young woman got stabbed to death.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'm looking at fugitives now. 352 people. And I would go for anything in San Bernardino, Riverside, and LA. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do.
Give me a soft crime. No murders. Like, let me arrest someone that slapped their mom or something. That's something easy.
Well, I say, you know what? Look, let me see. Let me click on one of these. All right, I'm gonna go on an easy one. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this little girl. All right, her name is Evelyn Martinez. All right, I know this is totally not a typical morning show stuff, but I know you guys are all interested now. Watch. You're like, how can I make some money? I'll turn in a criminal. So Evelyn Martinez is wanted by the FBI. Okay, she's feisty, I think. Here's the look, she's local. Torrance, place of birth. All right, I got this. She has a scar and mark. Martinez has the word Socorro tattooed on her stomach. Okay, you're probably not gonna be able to see that unless you date her, Jesse. The word South Los tattooed in an unknown location. Again, you're probably not gonna want to know that, Jesse. The letters LA tattooed on her left arm. Okay, that one's pretty specific. Look for LA tattooed on the left arm. And 3 dots tattooed on her lip. Oh, well, that's easy. Well, unless she's wearing a face mask. That's the only problem with face masks right now, Jesse. It's hard to figure out a murderer that's standing next to you.
Wait, she's a murderer? Oh, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, murder, attempted murder. Yeah, she's has a pierced tongue, lip, and nose. Okay, they're only offering $5,000 for her, but they say she may be residing in and has ties to Mexico. She's a known gang member, wanted for a murder and attempted murder in 2009. You see, she's been. Come on, Jesse. Granted, she's probably older now. She's definitely older than this picture. It says, allegedly drove her boyfriend, Steven Aguilar Medina, to a rival gang area in L.A. Martinez then allegedly stopped her van and they exited the vehicle and approached two individuals standing outside a home. She shouted a gang term, then fired multiple shots at the two individuals, killing one. Yeah, she was charged with murder and attempted murder by the Superior Court of California. A state warrant was issued, and she said, "See ya!" She fled, Jesse. So, that's an easy one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. She's probably in Mexico with her boyfriend.
No, man, you can't think like that. She's probably in Torrance, hanging out with other friends. She let go of this guy for sure. I think he probably went. But you got to be careful who she rolls with. I'm not going to lie. Right? But if you see her at a convenience store or a 7-Eleven, think about it. You got to eat. Right? So, just remember the face. There you go. All right, people, we got ways of paying you for days, man. Use the public awareness. Just seriously, man. But if they upped it to maybe $100,000 for this lady, I guarantee you she'd get locked up. Right? Anyway, all right, people, we're gonna take a quick little break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Standard Time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and stay warm today.
The staff and families at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers take this time out to recognize and salute the Palm Desert men and women in uniform, standing tall for our political and economic freedoms around the world. Let's always remember them in our thoughts and prayers. Their efforts abroad and our support have kept America strong. That message was courtesy of your good friends at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers, 42201 Beacon Hill in Palm Desert. They're always working to keep our community moving in a positive direction.
Express Frame thanks our troops and veterans for everything they've done so fearlessly for us on a daily basis. Send letters or care packages and give blood. Also offer a veteran a job or discount on your local product. It'll be greatly appreciated. That's from Sue and Alex of Express Frame, your complete framing experts with a reputation that precedes them. For more information, call 760-773-9228. Veteran discounts available. That's Express Frame in Palm Desert, the area's best for your framing needs. And they're waving their flags high, saying USA all the way.
Attention homeowners, spending more time around your house means you're putting more stress on major appliances that keep your home running. Like many Americans, a major breakdown could be very costly during these uncertain times. AC unit goes, that's $4,500. Water heater breaks, $1,500. When you own a home, it's always something. If you have a home warranty, those repairs could cost you nothing. A Home Service Club warranty pays for the repair or replacement of your home appliances and systems when they break down, even from normal wear and tear. For about $1 a day, you can cover your home appliances and systems. It's not a question of if they'll break down, it's when. If you call now, you'll get your first month free and $75 off your first year. Make home appliance repairs one less thing to worry about. Call 800-274-4679 now for your free quote, free first month, and $75 off your first year. 800-274-4679 now. That's 800-274-4679. Again, 800-274-4679.
True. Actually, I was thinking about like, do you remember the Google Glass, the glasses that it didn't work out too well, but I remember. Do you remember the newest RoboCop movie? Okay, well, it's iffy. So, but there was a scene in there where they activated him for the first time in public, and he was just scanning everybody, and then boom, in an instant, he picks out a criminal from a lineup. It's because he had all that database inside his thing. So I'm wondering, is it possible to have like a Google Glass type device, and as it registers everybody's face, it searches like a database and be like, oh, criminal, got him.
Sorry, I muted my mic. Sorry. Thank you for telling us in social media. Thank you, people. Okay, but back to what you just said. The answer is, I feel it makes sense for people to be aware that these things happen. You know what I mean? I think what you're saying. Well, okay. Give me an example of a situation that you think you could kind of like. Yeah, give me a situation that you think maybe you could get somebody locked up for.
What do you mean?
Like worst case scenario, like you went with kidnappings, right? People that kind of like harm kids.
Yes, I went specifically for the people that harm children.
Yeah. Okay, perfect example. So we focus on stories that I know we've focused in the past, I think, on 2 stories, and thankfully the awareness of people sharing it on social media found the kids, I think, at a good time. This happened one in Altadena and another in Pasadena. But I think in the end, we all just need to kind of like band together and then make it happen for everyone, right? And I feel that's in you, Jesse, is what I'm saying. I feel like if anything,
I just get tired, of just. I understand that, it's the policeman's job to do certain things, but you know what? Sometimes, citizens have to do stuff on their own.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm with you there, man. I'm with you. And when we do our part, again, we talk about pretty generic things sometimes here on the show, but sometimes when there's a situation, all of a sudden everybody bands together and we do all right. I just say get paid in the meantime, right? Cops get paid. Why can't we? Right? That's my point. I'm sticking to it. But never put yourself in harm's way. But back to the glass that you're talking about, or Google glasses, they do have other ones where you have the ability to kind of take their picture out of nowhere, right? And maybe go like, okay, that person's kind of weird, and then run it against a database, right? Because it's hard. Not gonna lie, like whenever I get like a, those texts that sometimes come through you, and they're like, missing person. They don't come, but they come on your phone and they're like, license plate this, they're driving this.
Amber Alerts.
Yeah, Amber Alerts. Thank you. I probably have a good 3-minute awareness of those around me, and I go, nope, and I forget later on. But people have dash cams, right, in your vehicles. You could use that and kind of be like, okay, where did I see that vehicle at? There's. But I will say this, so many new vehicles that are out on the market actually are starting to have recording devices on them, but they don't have the ability to record and keep it. I talked to, I think it was the Wagoneer, Jeep. I talked to Jeep, and I said, why aren't you guys not doing this? They go, well, there's privacy concerns. And I said, oh, God, okay, I get that. But at the same time, when we're out in public, there's no such thing as privacy in public, right? There really isn't. When you walk into a store, you're always on surveillance, right? That's called protection from thieves. Lately, that's protection for people beating up people in public. There was a video camera. It's hard to see it from afar because the video camera isn't high definition. But the new 7-Elevens have high definition, which is why I think this guy got locked up for the reason that it was very like clear, high definition, probably like 1080 HD, whatever. In these new 7-Elevens, they have really good CCTV cameras, right? And a lot of you buy these ones that go on the outside of your house, like Ring, right? And you can see people suspicious in the area. And you could share it with everybody in the community as well online, and or post it. I don't know if people know this, but you can. And then you can see suspicious activity in the area. Like, what is this person licking a doorknob, right? Like that stuff was happening like very common a year and a half ago. And they haven't really posted a lot of those as of late. But these are the kind of guys you're like, okay, let's see this guy's face. Let's put him on a 10 most wanted list or 80 most wanted list or 300 most wanted list on this list. And then let's figure out if that's the guy, right? Take all the people in the local area and just commit it to memory. Back to what you're saying, use technology, and then it flags somebody. You're like, okay, note to self. You walk away. You don't follow the guy. And then you let the police know. Hopefully they'll follow up on it. You're like, look, I want my money. And there you go, right? Money for days, I think. I could be wrong, but anyway, there you go. Let's see. LG says, yes, looking for missing kids show. Yeah, Japan has it. Oh, I get that, actually. But there you go. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. In other news, Jesse, Starbucks will no longer require U.S. employees to be vaccinated or submit weekly tests after the Supreme Court blocked the Biden administration's vaccine or test rule for large corporations. John Culver, the president of North America and chief operating officer for Starbucks, announced the decision in a memo sent to staff Tuesday. He wrote in the memo, and I'm going to say this really quick and fast. I said this was going to be something that people are going to start suing for. Because you cannot be fired and or terminated for not accepting a vaccine when in reality it's your choice. I said this. Now, am I more or less on the side of caution to get a vaccine? The answer is yes, 100%. But as an attorney, you cannot fire somebody legally and them not have recourse later, which is why I think Starbucks went ahead and said, we're not going to make it mandatory anymore. Because I think they laid off some people, and I guarantee you that people are going to have a case against Starbucks for unlawful and wrongful termination. Does that make sense, Jesse?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'm actually surprised they did this, but that's fine.
Yeah, so he wrote in the memo, I want to emphasize that we continue to believe strongly in the spirit and intent of the mandate, but he added that the health, safety, and well-being of every partner remains the top priority. But again, this is based on the Supreme Court ruling, okay? They voted 6-3 to pause the Occupational Safety and Health Administration's emergency temporary standard that instructed businesses with 100 or more workers to require them to be vaccinated or submit weekly COVID test results. The ruling does not prevent businesses from enforcing their own vaccine requirements, but I will say it sets a precedent. Again, you cannot mandate, and I said this when Biden was trying to mandate this, you cannot mandate a vaccine of something that goes into your body that might have side effects. You cannot mandate something that may or may not fight against the latest coronavirus strain. You cannot terminate somebody for this, even though everybody was getting up in the wazoo, including East Coast, New York, New Jersey, firing firemen, nurses, and other people for not getting this vaccine if it was their choice. Does that make sense? Now, immunizations are completely different, right? That's like if you come to this country and you need immunization against, I don't know, a host of different things that could kill everybody, right? Immunizations are different, but vaccines are temporary. That's number one. They're not there forever, right? We've already established that. 6 months tops, right, in your body. That's why you're going to need the latest vaccine, right? Now they're discussing a third vaccine. And everybody has different doses and everything, whatever. My point is this. We had the spring vaccine, right, here in the U.S., 3 different versions, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, right? Then we had the fall version, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. And we're going to get the new spring one, most likely to fight against right? Because now they're ahead of that because Pfizer already has it set for probably April late May or early April launch, right? And Moderna will probably follow, and then Johnson & Johnson will probably follow that because they're Johnson & Johnson. I like Johnson & Johnson because they take their time. They don't rush it, right? But I feel that Pfizer is ahead on this one because they've already released it in Israel, by the way, with a good amount of success. Okay, so that's my point. None of the latest ones that you got, if you got in the fall, any of those shots, those will help you against but not all the way. So far, some estimates are about 30%. Okay, so that's kind of good news if you have it, but it's not good news. In other words, don't get stay away from it if at all possible. If you find somebody that has it, check in on them, make sure that they're okay, make sure that they're safe. But again, making it mandatory just doesn't work because let's say you and I get a vaccination because they make it mandatory, right? And we get the one for coming up in spring, right? But the latest coronavirus is the M1 from France that they discovered. And you or I die. Who's responsible now?
The virus. I have no idea.
Yeah, the virus. The virus. But if you said, hey, I'm not getting the spring one.
Yeah.
And then you die from, well, you wouldn't know, right? You wouldn't know which one you died from. Because lately they're just kind of like, all right, funeral, right? I just attended a funeral earlier this week, and I got to head out to bury a couple people. So it's a pain in the butt. But my point is this: after the Supreme Court voted 6-3 to pause it, there's going to be a lot more employees and doctors. I saw one report yesterday where a doctor is suing Methodist. This is in, I think, Texas, and she's a very respected surgeon, doctor, but she was wrongfully terminated, and she's proving her case, so she's suing Methodist. She'll probably make like $300,000. They'll probably settle out of court for sure. But you cannot terminate on stuff like this. You just cannot. So if you're a corporation, be careful because employees are going to get wise, and they're going to get attorneys. They're going to lawyer up, and they're going to sue the heck out of you. That's why I said the Biden administration making it mandatory just doesn't work because everybody's biology is different. And some people don't want to take Moderna for a reason. They have that right. Some people want to take the Pfizer one. Some people want to take the Johnson & Johnson one. My mom, I had her stick to the Johnson & Johnson one, and thankfully, no repercussions. But I did research. I always say this, do research ahead of time, okay? Some do rush to get it approved all of a sudden. And those are the ones that have side effects. But remember, there's I will say the third phase. Okay, there's a third phase coming. Okay, but there you go. All right, people, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Ruth didn't know she was leaving for good. She knew he would kill her. Could she save herself? Did she feel she was worth saving? How could she best protect her children? To love, honor, and betray, Ruth Tunnicliffe shares her true tale. From submissive to survivor, then thriver. Now living a proud, purposeful life as an optimistic, inspiring, peaceful warrior. Can a person heal from feeling the guilt of a decision altering many lives? Weighted by living grief, moving through lessons learned, self-discovery, and land in self-love? Can someone who's been abused in every way move to self-trust, confidence, and arrive at living in peace? To love, honor, and betray, a sincere, honest letter. To herself and her adult children, Ruth Tunnicliffe shares her story so that others may also find the inspiring, peaceful warrior within. Amazon worldwide, Barnes & Noble, RuthTunnicliffe.com.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to PennyandAssociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate all of your really good feedback. We got a couple feedback from a couple of people that actually watched our show on Tuesday about the Boxable, right? Boxabl. And Jesse, did you have any update on that?
No, I was looking into those. It was actually pretty cool. I mean, I didn't look fully into it because I was wondering how, like what's the difference between this and, let's say, a mobile estate?
Yeah, good question. And it will be this. They look better, number one. They're collapsible, so you can move them again and again. They're stackable. I want to say probably 3 stories tall. And you can move modular ones side by side. And you can put it on any piece of land. You don't have to wait for like an RV park, right? So if you have like a gift or a grant or something and you get a little piece of land, just make sure you have the proper wiring for it, right? But I say get one with solar panels. You get anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 on that. A lot of these manufactured homes, they have to ship out and kind of like the big trailers, you know what I mean? But it's not collapsible, and these pop up in less than a day. So, and then you furnish them within 3 days, and